Hello everyone, today I bring you a fantastic game, a very nail-biting game between Jan Krzysztof Duda and Gukesh. It was the Goldmoney Asian Rapid Preliminary. As you can see, it's a rapid 15-minute game plus 10-second increments. So um, it is very crucial. It's a quick game. So it's one of those rapids. Think about a river. It's more rapid. In that case, when the end game comes, you gotta really be on the ball because you have seconds to make a move, and that's how it was. I will go. I will not comment too much because it does have 77 moves, but I will stop where there was a critical point here. Notice the green and the red. Okay, there was a big fight. Look what the duel right here in the middle game. There was a lowering position, and there was you're improving until you get out from under the water and start breathing again. Okay, so you never give up, and so it was with DUDA today. As he said afterwards, once you have a knight, you have some hope. So he did have a knight in the end game, but it was pinned, and so I want you to pay special attention uh, um, to the knight. I will point it out to you, and how he was pinned, and then how he was able to unpin himself, and then move on out of a very dangerous territory. Okay, so we have the Tarish defense. I'm just gonna go fast here. Take, moving out the knights, just development. Notice here, this is the black knight is being pinned here. If he moves, they're gonna lose the queen. So he doesn't mind that. He continues his development. Duda moves up. Okay, now he's a quick check here. Remember, this is a rapid game, so it's only 15 minutes. Not over the board, it can take hours. So you have to probably be more on the attacking end. You cannot be passive, especially in the rapid game. And so he blocked that check with the knight. He's going on the attack, attacking the pawn. Takes the pawn, moves up, and look at this. This is called a fork. Forking. This pawn is forking both the knight and the bishop. So if he decides to take with the queen, this knight obviously is there to take the queen. So I don't think he will want to do anything with the queen. But here, this is definitely forking. A little lowly pawn is forking here, kind of breaking through. It's a breakthrough. So what is Gukesh going to do to react? So he takes with the bishop. And this way he takes with his bishop. Now we are attacking the knight. He moves the knight, but at the same time taking the bishop. So it is the duel is beginning. Okay? Very sharp game. Notice here. Moving out of the way. Castling. Moving up his pawns. Rook to d5. Okay. Taking with the knight. Going after that pawn. And the king, obviously, it's a check. So he moves out of the way. Now he goes towards these pawns and this knight. So there is a threat here, closer to a checkmate, by going to this file, the b file. So he's going after the queen. If he moves, look at this position. If he moves the queen, then say goodbye to the pawn. Okay, interesting here. Threatening the rook. So now we are threatening the king. So it's a bigger threat. So white was threatening the rook. Well, Gukesh says, I'm going to threaten your king. So this is where the pin is. The knight, now the king could have moved to a different square, but he chose not to move the king. He chose to block it, this check with the knight, and now the knight is pinned to his king. So how do you unpin yourself? Basically, you got to really keep on the pressure. Keep on the pressure. So let's see how he does it. How does DUDA unpin himself from this pinned position? The knight is pinned to his king. And when you're pinned, you basically immobilized. You cannot do any other threats, any captures. You're taking care and babysitting another piece. In this case, you got to babysit the king, because if you don't, you're going to lose the game. So we are pinned to or the white knight is pinned to the white king. How do you unpin yourself? That's a nice key strategy. If you're pinned, figure out how to unpin yourself. Okay? So we are now attacking this pawn. This pawn on c3 is only 3 moves away from being promoted. So that's a crucial portion of the game. Not only are you pinned and your knight is immobilized, but now you have to think about and not technically being able to advance any of your pawns, because you have to take care of the pawn on c3. If you don't take care of that pawn, it will be game over. Okay, so now he protects this pawn. He moves in with his queen. We're getting the big guns out here. Okay, we are now attacking the queen while protecting the pawn from not moving. And genius, right? Look at this, very genius move. Surrounding the enemy here by first making sure the pawn on c3 does not move, at the same time protecting this rook. This is an ingenious combo here. So obviously GUKESH does not want to lose his queen, so he now is attacking DUDA's queen. He moves out, and now both of the rook and the queen, are attacking this pawn, which is protected still by the queen. But now the knight is out of a pin. You see, he can move now because the queen is no longer on the diagonal and no longer in the position of checking the king if the knight moves out. Okay, so now we have dangers. We have danger. DUDA better do something about this pass pawn. So he's moving out his knight. Now he's able to move out his knight. And oh my gosh, we are just 1 away from promotion. But let's see what DUDA does. He brings out his rook, okay, to block there's interference here, just like football. Interference! We have interference with the white rook. Okay, let's go back here, and now he moves back to attacking the knight. Will DUDA pin his knight again? Not today. Not today. So he just chooses again not to pin the knight. Wants to keep the knight active. Okay, so we are now taking a rook. Okay, rook and the queen here. There's some exchange. We're still eyeing this pawn. Okay, which came with a check for black king, which gives time for DUDA to take that pawn. I mean, this is like the last moment, the 11th hour, to be able to save the game here. Look at this. This is super GM skills here. Okay, he's moving on up. Like that song, moving on up. Remember the Jeffersons? Yes, he's moving on up. Okay, so now we still continue. The fight is still on. It is. Okay, so he moves in with a check. It has to move out. The king has to move, so that gives time for DUDA to regroup with his knight. Okay, so I'm just going to continue so that you can see. I'm going to not comment as much now because the crucial part was getting the knight activated. Okay, we're still not out of the woods yet. Very precise moves here, or you can be checkmated at any moment. No blunders. And remember, they have seconds. Seconds. GUKESH is even less on time here. And he's only 15 years old, so he's got a bright future. While DUDA is in his 20s, so he's quite an experienced player. We got to give it to GUKESH for trying his best, and also for DUDA for not losing his cool and being precise, like a surgeon. Okay, all these moves have to be precise. At the same time, calculating a way how to you can have an advantage. Now another check. Okay, look how close Okay, look how close. It's like a stopping somebody that's kind of like almost overflowing. The bathtub is overflowing, and how are you going to stop it from overflowing? Okay, so you have to use some major maneuvering. Major maneuvering here. Look at the F pawn moving up slowly but surely. Look at that. Slowly but surely making a position here. Moving up his pawns. Moving up. We're moving on up. Moving on up. Okay, this is another critical point here. So we do a check. He gets out of the way. Check. Check. Why is he repeating? That's a way to gain some seconds on the clock. Okay, it's 15 uh, 15 minutes plus 10-second increments, so that will gain you some seconds on the clock. We continue. Another check. Notice the knight, how useful it's become. Very useful here. And again, very useful. The knight is the VIP of the game here. Okay, it's protecting the king. Unleashing this knight was critical for DUDA in being able to maneuver his very traumatic, very drama-filled endgame. Gukesh runs out of time, and even though if he did have time, there is much more of a surety that with 2 pawns left, almost at the promotion stage, we have a winner. And that's how you do it. That's how you unpin your knight, and then how you activate a knight, and how you win a game. And so congratulations to young Krzysztof Duda. He is moving on into the ranks there. He's number 6 now with the Gold Asian Rabbit preliminaries. I believe Magnus Carlsen has made it, and Levana Ronian, I believe, is in first place. And so is there. Say it isn't so, but it is. Let's see how this will pan out. Keep on watching, and thank you for your support. Hit like and subscribe. Au revoir.